I felt at home the moment I landed. When I got to immigration, the immigration officer asked me where I'm staying. I'm telling him where I'm staying and he actually knows the Airbnb host. That community, that aspect is something that I have been seeking for and I found it there. I couldn't get a direct flight. So the flight that we got actually ended up stopping in Barbados, and then from Barbados to Grenada, it was another half an hour. The moment we landed on that island, I felt that community feeling, that feeling of just care and concern. My friend, she doesn't fly well. She got very sick and instantly the customer service people came along and they helped us navigate our way to the front of immigration. And we got out of the airport quite quickly. And when I saw Grenada, when my friend's friends came and picked us up from the airport and they drove us around that island, we were staying in an area called Crowshoe. Crowshoe is about an hour away from the airport. So they drove us around this place and honestly, this is the #1 reason why I can't stop thinking about this island. Grenada is mesmerizingly beautiful. It's so green and lush and rich. It's just like, it's kind of like the Garden of Eden, minus the animals, even though they have some animals, but.
One more kids, which I do believe you got your materials.
Is the monkey gonna come?
Don't. Hold it, go.
One monkeys came all the way from West Africa during the first century. It is stated that no one knows why they was brought in. Some say either as pets or as a source of wine meat.
Yeah, that's a story for another day. Anyway, one thing I have to mention is Grenada is clean. Don't see junk on the side of the road and it's actually frowned upon. So as we're driving around this mountainous island, I'm just mesmerized seeing how beautiful it is and seeing the sea surrounding the place and these pretty flowers planted everywhere and colorful houses and buildings. And we got to the Airbnb. And one thing I must mention is that Grenada's tourism is still in a growing place. It's not like Barbados or Jamaica. It's a small island and to be honest, it's one of the things that I really love about Grenada is that Grenada is for Grenadians. We'll get more into that in a bit. But we got to the Airbnb and it was this beautiful little charming house. And for me, to be honest, it's not up to the standards of like living facilities that I choose when I'm going on holiday. But what I must say is it reminded me of my ancestral home in Jamaica, my grandmother's yard, just the layout, just a basic accommodation. So yeah, I do just have to mention that I did struggle finding accommodation in Grenada while I was in the UK. If you are going to travel there for a holiday, I would probably recommend going for a hotel if you want certain living conditions. It was clean and I was just going to Grenada for recovery in some kind of way. You can look at my previous video if you want to know more about that. And my friend was going to Grenada for business. So adding more to that feeling of home, our friends, yes, they're my friends now. I've inherited them. Our house had this is what I love about the Caribbean, right? The vegetation, the self-sustainability. Around my, around the Airbnb was the yard with lots of fruit and vegetable trees that we could harvest. And the man that was with us, my friend's husband, he went and he just basically started chopping down cocoa off the tree. It's the first time I was able to taste real, genuine cocoa, the starting ingredient, the fruit for chocolate. Chocolate? Are you serious? This makes chocolate? It was beautiful. And he started chopping sugarcane and the mangoes. Unfortunately, we didn't get too much mangoes on our journey there. They weren't ready or they had already been harvested by the time we got there, in that yard at least. It was beautiful. We talked until the evening, and then obviously me and my friend, you know, we're tired and stuff. So I get ready, I go in the shower and I'm getting ready for bed. But I'm realizing that the friend has left. The friend and her husband have left, but they left an unexpected guest with us. They left their child, their 10-year-old daughter. You know, when you travel, right, you're just like, you kind of want to be with yourself. And we've just been on the airplane for like 8-9 hours. So I'm like, I didn't really want to entertain a young child at that point, but obviously she's there, so she's our responsibility now. And she was lovely. So she took over the living room couch and the TV and took absolute pleasure in having the Wi-Fi access. So she enjoyed that time there. And yeah, I just went to bed, and there was this whistling sound that I couldn't get used to. I was like, what is this? What kind of animal is this whistling and whistling in my ears the whole night? Turns out it wasn't an animal. It was just part of an Easter tradition. Any Grenadians, leave a comment down below. Let them know what it is. Anyways, I come out in the morning. My friend's on the veranda. She's just chilling. And the little girl's getting ready for school. And one thing I have to mention, Grenada is mountainous.
Yes.
And when I say mountainous, it's bare hills and gullies, pure hills and gullies. It's hard to find flat land. The only flat land you're gonna really find is in St. George, I believe. That's where the tourists kind of stay. But other than that, you're up in the mountains, mate. So this hill would have been a type of hill that I have never tackled before, but I was gonna bring the little girl up to the top of the hill to the bus stop so she could go to school. My friend just called her friend. She just called her and said, come collect your pitney, come collect your child, because I don't want my friend to die from heat stroke going up and down this hill. Anyways, the mum came, she came with goodies. She came with breakfast for me. So it was the first time I was having Grenadian cooked food. My first Grenadian hot food. I don't know what it is. It's like a dumpling texture. Ugh. And it's got like curry in it. Curry potatoes, I think. Okay. Does the job. This is my opinion. Take it with a pinch of salt. But for somewhere called the Spice Island, the food's not seasoned very much. But then again, I am mostly eating a vegetarian, vegan-ish kind of diet. The thing that I enjoyed most eating in Grenada was Trinidadian roti, bust up shot. Sorry about the mess, but I'm mashing it down. And doubles. If I could live on that, I would live on that real easy. I went and got that as often as possible. I want to take full advantage of that. But the rum, bruh. So I'm gonna get a rum tour and I can smell it. Boy, it's strong.
So what I get to show you here is this really old, rustic, very unique rum distillery. Because how we make our rum hasn't changed for almost 300 years. So you won't be seeing state-of-the-art machines. There are no computerized systems here. This is like a working museum that has gone through a number of ownership, because when it was originally started in 1785, it was French. So the way we make our rum, that's how the French would have done it. Now it's privately owned by 3 local people. Employs 90 people full-time. What makes the island's finest and strongest rum. So you go to the various bars, the liquor stores, the duty-free shops. You ask for Rivers, comes from here. That's our brand, Rivers. 1 brand, 2 strengths. And if you've done your research, you would have been told Rivers 75% is not allowed to be taken on an airplane legally. The percentage of alcohol won't allow you to. Because after the 9/11 incidents, there are restrictions on the strength of spirits you are allowed to take on an airplane. It must not exceed 70%. And what we are making here is between 75 and 88%.
Wow.
So because of this high percentage of alcohol, it's not allowed on an airplane. So what we did, we took some of the strong rum that you weren't allowed to take on a plane. We've added some distilled water. Now we're making a diluted version. We're making one that is 69% that the visitor like yourself could buy and take home as a gift or souvenir. We have, and I can boast, the last functional water mill or commercially used water mill, I may add, in the entire Western Hemisphere. It's been operating since the year 1840. These were made when stuff was made to last. And it's, yeah, British engineering as well. And after 200 years, still works beautifully. I'm gonna show you where the crushing is done.
I could smell the rum before we even got to the building. I swear, this tour made me tipsy. But it was a really beautiful process to see. If you're a rum drinker, it's a good excursion for you.
So I've just served you the 69%. You get to try the other one very shortly.
Clearly, I'm not a big drinker. One thing I must say about Grenada in my experience was that freedom. That's what I loved about it. That's what I love about the Caribbean, that freedom that you have of expression, of women just being able to flower and be beautiful. Yes, the motherland has beauty in its own way, but one thing that I've recognized in my experience and time in places in Africa and living in Ghana is that conservative nature. Caribbeans are more free with their body, their expression, their fashion, when they express themselves with their fashion. I could wear a shorts jumpsuit and it not be over sexualized. And even if it is sexualized in a certain way, someone gives me a compliment, it's only on the surface level. Grenada had me feeling like a child in a candy store. See, obviously, I'm living in Ghana, specifically I'm living in Accra, the capital of the country. And when I want to do those like adventurous things, this place is big, it's huge, you know? So it's like you have to travel for a long time to get to places. Because of the intimacy and the tininess of the island, I got to realize how much I loved island life. I could go to this waterfall.
Oh, wow.
Whew.
Wow.
Or this natural springs. I could go to how many different types of beaches, and it's nice to have it all intimate. And I have to mention, the beauty of Grenada's land is only echoed in the sea. One of the most prettiest coral reefs in the world. Look it up. I got to experience something new. Swimming in the ocean, doing snorkeling. I was about to say scuba diving. I want to do scuba diving. I've learned a new passion. I want to see what's beneath the ocean more and more. What I love about Grenada and Grenadians is their preservation of their history and their knowledge and love for their Black African ancestry. All throughout the island, you will see Ararak buildings of the actual inhabitants that were initially on the island, right beside modern houses that people are living in and having their daily lives in. And it's just like, wow, like you're just in awe, like what is that? But it's integrated into society. It's not separate. It's not like you have to be charged an entry fee to see this conserved area. It's just a conserved part of life that is naturally enjoyed and incorporated into modern living, or modern living is incorporated into it. And then you even see the shell casings of big bombs and boulders that were blasted on Grenada from the USA back when Maurice Bishop was in power and the USA was on the mission to get their president, right? To assassinate him. Forgive me for the misinformation. Maurice Bishop was actually assassinated before the US invasion. The history is complicated. That history is just interweaved into society and people are aware of it. It's not hidden. I think that's what makes Grenada so special. So special in the way that Grenada is first and foremost for Grenadians. Unlike my beautiful island of Jamaica, Grenadians haven't been priced out of their island. They're able to see the natural beauty of their island for free. They don't have to pay to go to any beaches or waterfalls or reserves, right? And in fact, one place that I did go, one waterfall in particular that I did go, my friends that were with me were so offended because this person had a pathway which was right beside their house that led down to the waterfall. And they just took it on themselves. As we were entering, they were putting this sign up.
The Grenadians have to pay too? Well, first in you gotta tell them I feel pain because we pass it in your yard. Yeah. Because the first time that didn't happen.
Okay.
Then they used to charge to come here. They think they're in Jamaica?
And like I found it weird that I didn't have to pay to go to beaches and waterfalls. This was the only place that I did. So for me, it felt normal, but for them, they were outraged. How are you saying that we have to pay for this place when our government said that Grenada is free for Grenadians? And they argued.
Grenada is free for Grenadians. I don't mean say so. Our Prime Minister says so.
That's why you
They get you $20.
You're looking unfair because only we are not pay because they are but we local.
But that's what I love about Grenada most. The question is, I love Grenada, but does it love me? Because when I tell you, I got sunburn and I got allergies from all that beautiful vegetation on the island, can I take it? And does it love me back? I guess we'll find out. Shout out to my new subscribers and the faithful ones too. I have something you might like in the comment section. I am Adanish, and this is our alchemy. Peace on the increase.